What if I told you that Allah once sent rain from the sky, calling a man by his name? Not a prophet, not a king, but an ordinary servant whose sincerity reached the heavens. This is not a story of imagination. It is an authentic narration from the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. A man was once traveling through a dry and barren land. The ground was rocky, the surroundings lifeless, and there was no sign of vegetation or rain. As he walked alone through this land, something extraordinary happened. He suddenly heard a voice coming from above him, from the clouds. The voice said, "Water the garden of so-and-so." The man stopped in confusion. Why would a cloud speak? And why would it mention someone by name? He watched carefully as the cloud moved in a specific direction, as if guided by a command. Soon, rain began to fall, not everywhere, but over a particular rocky area. The water gathered into small streams, and those streams flowed together into a single channel. Curious and amazed, the man followed the flow of the water. The channel eventually led him to something unexpected. A lush green garden stood there, alive and flourishing, surrounded by dry land. In the center of the garden was a man, calmly working with his spade, guiding the water to different parts of his land. The traveler approached him and said, "O servant of Allah, what is your name?" The man told him his name, and at that moment the traveler was stunned. It was the exact name he had heard spoken from the clouds. The owner of the garden then asked, "O servant of Allah, why do you ask my name?" The traveler replied, "I heard a voice from a cloud that poured down this rain, saying, 'Water the garden of so-and-so.' I followed the water until it brought me here. I want to know, what do you do with your garden?" The man paused, then spoke with calm sincerity. He said, "Now that you have asked, I will tell you. When I harvest from this garden, I divide its produce into 3 equal parts. 1/3 I give in charity for the sake of Allah. 1/3 I use to provide for myself and my family, and 1/3 I return back into the land." No pride, no show, just quiet consistency. That was the reason. His charity, his sincerity, and his trust in Allah had reached the heavens. Allah responded not with words, but with rain, sent deliberately, guided precisely, and calling him by name. This story teaches us something profound. Charity does not reduce wealth. Sincerity is never ignored. Allah knows His servants individually. This man did not seek attention. He did not announce his good deeds, yet his name was mentioned in the sky. In moments when we feel unseen, unheard, or forgotten, remember this story. What you give for the sake of Allah is never lost. What you do sincerely is always recorded, and what you sacrifice for Allah, He replaces with something greater. Perhaps your good deed will not be answered with rain, but it may be answered with ease, forgiveness, guidance, or a destiny quietly changed. This narration is from Sahih Muslim, Hadith number 2984, narrated from the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. If this story touched your heart, take a moment to reflect. Like the video so it reaches others, share it with someone who needs hope, and subscribe for more authentic Islamic stories that remind us of Allah's mercy, wisdom, and care for His servants. May Allah make us among those whose sincere deeds reach the heavens, even when no one on earth is watching.